I would love to play first. It looks fine, right? Little mana heavy, but not the worst. My bad Splinter Twin deck. That's not strictly bad Splinter Twin, right? Like the fairy subtype kind of a fairy subtext gives a little bit different game plan than what traditional Splinter Twin was doing. I did make one change to the deck list. I cut the 4th Mutavault because 4 Mutavaults and 3 Cascade Bluffs seemed like it was a really bad idea. God, I hope they opt on my end step and we get to sprite them. Bitter Blossom isn't a particularly good card in Modern, in my opinion, or my experience. Please play an opt. Please play an opt. Please play an opt. I wonder if they have a bolt here. They could have a bolt, but if they're burning a bolt on my Spellstutter Sprite, I think that's okay for us. Spellstutter Sprite got me my first and only Grand Prix top 16. Way back in the day when I was still young and dumb and played Grand Prix. As in Modern, too. Gosh, Modern's changed then. That's when Splinter Twins and Birthing Pods were legal. We've got some lands, chat. So, likely not Storm because of Spell Snare, probably some kind of interactive mirror match. Pseudo mirror, right? Like, obviously they're probably not playing fairies. I actually never registered Birthing Pod in a sanctioned tournament. Never once played Birthing Pod while it was legal. Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't have to play a Grand Prix to, like, have an excuse to meet up with people. And, like, if my goal is to meet up with people, I'd rather, like, if I genuinely want to spend time with those people, I'd rather, like, not spend 9 hours of the day playing Magic. Pod was miserable. Get Goryo's vengeance. I mean, I enjoy playing Magic. I just, like, if I'm going to spend a weekend playing a tournament, I'm going to play Magic that weekend. Like, it's tough to both have the goal of spending time interacting with friends and playing Magic in the same weekend. Like, playing an all-day Magic tournament takes a significant amount of time out of your weekend. Just a moment. Door popped open. We're playing the mirror. No, I'll probably just like some kind of tempo base or some kind of blue moon base thing on their side of the table. No, I don't think K-Command and Pod ever existed simultaneously. So someone asked about Grand Prix versus SCG in terms of EV. All Magic tournaments are bad expected value. If your goal is to go to a Magic tournament and make a net positive money, you should do something else. You should go to your job. Working your job and getting your hourly pay rate is better EV than playing a Magic tournament, believe it or not. The best way to measure expected value for those that are bad at probability and statistics and don't understand, Grand Prix have a larger prize pool than SCG Opens, but on average, Grand Prix also have a significantly larger number of players attending them. So the cash to player ratio is better at a Star City event on average. For instance, when I was playing a lot of Star City events, I top 8'd every Star City event that I went 12-3 in. There have been exceptionally large Grand Prix where players went 12-3 in the Grand Prix and didn't cash the tournament. So that's a real comparison. At Grand Prix, you can go 12-3, which would top 8 most opens, and not cash the tournament. It's very regular for a non-zero amount of people that go 11-4 to not cash a tournament. Yes, the top 1% of players at Grand Prix are probably more skilled than the top 1% of players at an open. Do you know how many of your matches at a given open or Grand Prix you're going to, at a given open or Grand Prix, you're going to play against the top 1% of players in the room? Very, very few. Very, very few is the answer. Most of your matches are played against the same people. The people that attend opens and Grand Prix by and large come from the same player base. Most people aren't flying to Magic tournaments. Most people are going, oh, there's a big Magic tournament that's 5 hours from me. I'm going to go play that this weekend. It's not misleading at all, Master Jareth. How is comparing the player to money ratio at one tournament compared to another misleading in the slightest? Can you explain to me why you feel that's misleading? Use your words like a big kid. I'm gonna bolt them off this Pia. Makes these stoppers a little bit worse. Again, at the end of the day, you should play Magic because you enjoy it. No Magic tournament is better value than just working a job for an hourly rate. That being said, there is a difference between tournaments that are, some are less bad value than others, is the best way to put it, I suppose. Vapor Snag's pretty good here. So, do I want to jam the Vendilion Clique here again? If I don't jam it now, I expose myself to Cryptic Command. Meaning logic not in? That sucks. We're gonna get buried by this Jace here very quickly. I mean, to be fair, calculating expected value on like what do you think Reed Duke's win percentage is of the tournament? Do you think it's above 70%? Like, calculate what Reed Duke's percentage is after 3 buys to top 8 a given Grand Prix at 70%. It's still not a great percentage. It's surprise, it's still not a great number. I timed them out because they were like, nah, brah, it doesn't matter. And it does matter. It does matter because there's a big difference, especially if you realize your skill level as a player. Like, like 12-3ing and not cashing a tournament versus like, you know, it's much easier to 12-3 than it is the highest at a 69%. Yep. There's this weird elitism, Ralk, because people like to shit on other things that they don't do, because if this other thing is worse than the thing that I do, I'm smarter and thinner and better than these people that do the other thing that's worse than the thing I enjoy doing. Reed Duke's win percentage in Grand Prix. Yep. There you go. 65%. I don't have a calculation offhand for like what someone with a 65% win rate's chances of top 8ing a given Grand Prix, but surprise, it's not high. Spoiler alert, it's not particularly high. I think I'm going to trim at least one Kiki in this matchup. I'm going to trim a couple of Burst Lightnings. We don't need as much spot removal. This extra Electrolyze seems good. The Vapor Snags probably aren't good enough. I think I want Lightning Bolts to keep their creatures in check as well as pressure their Jaces a little bit. So I think Vapor Snag's the cut. Vapor Snag's nice because it allows us to protect our own creatures, but I think that's just a touch too narrow. I'd be really bad at my job if I got bored of hearing myself talk. Yes, correct, Rolk. TCGs are great because they're a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And that's okay, right? Like not every person is going to enjoy every aspect of a trading card game. I don't play Standard. That doesn't mean Standard is bad. It just means it's not for me. Keep this. I don't understand. People... I wonder how much Channel Fireball pays the people that are on their teams, because like the amount of like it's a Channel Fireball Grand Prix, right? Like how much sponsor money do you get? And to be fair, Platinum and Gold pros do get appearance fees for showing up to Grand Prix. They do get appearance fees. So like people that get appearance fees, yes, the value is certainly better. How could you, right? I don't, it's tough. It's tough. I have to make myself feel better by doing things that I enjoy. Oh, look, I got a piece of candy in chat. Mixed. Actually, 213 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm going to not fetch with this just in case I left Blood Moons in against us. Leaving in Blood Moons in against the other blue-red deck is something people do on MTGO sometimes. If they crack their fetch here, I'm going to play my Vendilion Clique. It is, it's tough. Yeah, and you have to scrape and scrounge and play a bunch of tournaments. Every GP I've played in, and I haven't made any prize money. That's really depressing. All right, well, now we just take their Lightning Bolt and hope they don't hit more removal, right? I need to take a screenshot here because Magic Online doesn't put these in the revealed zone for some reason. In order to get me back into Standard at this point, I think we would have to have a pretty significant drop-off in interest in the Modern format. As long as Modern is popular, I'm going to be here playing Modern instead. This is good. I like my opponent sequencing here. Just remember, just because your cards are instant doesn't mean you have to play them at instant speed. So my opponent playing this Vendilion Clique out proactively while I'm tapped out is a very good line here. So, as someone who played a significant amount of Paper Magics and traveled to a lot of tournaments for a very long time, for people who aren't familiar with my history playing SCG events, for context, between the years 2014 and 2016, I played in nearly 100 sanctioned Magic tournaments. So in a 3-year time span, I played almost 100 sanctioned Magic events, which is not a small amount of Magic. I broke even. I made, how was it? I want to estimate that I probably made just shy of like 5 digits worth of profit in that time. Hey, Pulk52 with the brand new Twitch Prime Support. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here. So while like I didn't lose money and I made a very small amount of money, like it was definitely worse than just like working or streaming, right? Like the largest amount of money I made during that time was actually producing content, getting paid to write and things like that. That is true. When you don't actually make a large profit, you don't actually have to pay that many taxes. You just write most everything off. So my opponent's hand is Spell Snare, Remand, Jace, and then 2 cards I don't know right now. Dispel is decent. That's why, yeah, whenever people would ask me, like, how do I do what you do? How do I play a bunch of tournaments? My answer was always the same. Get a day job, you'll need it. Get a day job, you'll need it. MTGO Traders was out of stock on Spell Quellers right now, Johnny Redeem, so I need to wait for them to pull some of those up into stock before we can play Jeskai, so we might not make it to Jeskai tonight. How do the sponsors of pro players work? Well, I can speak from my personal experience. My experience having sponsors on the SCG tour was that I got paid a basically advertising fee for whenever I was featured in a camera match. They gave me a flat rate per camera match that I had in a given weekend. And then past that, I was given a bonus for top aiding. And not that I ever won a tournament, but there was a theoretical bonus for winning the tournament as well. And the rates varied based on whether it was a Grand Prix or an Open or smaller tournaments that happened to have coverage, etc. Opponent having moved to hand size here is really good for us. Just like giving them the slow Pestermite beatdowns here while they sit here and hold up counterspells is great. Just like this is how Splinter Twin used to play. Like for those that aren't familiar with how Splinter Twin worked, like this is what Splinter Twin did. Splinter Twin just nickel and dimed the opponent out of the game. Matthew, thank you very much for the host. I do appreciate that. Welcome to folks coming over from there. I'm pretty sure Matt streams exclusively standard. We play mostly modern on this channel. So welcome to folks coming over for that. So I think I just let this happen, right? I think I just let this happen. Yeah, my question is, do I want to, like, I could be aggressive and play Mistbind Clique. You're entitled to your subjective opinion. Take a timeout for complaining in my chat. Yeah, I think we just let this happen and pass. They're just, like, trying to hit land drops here. I'm kind of incentivized to play a card out of my hand because I don't want to have to move to hand size and discard myself. No, pretty much all of my Magic playing is done on stream these days. Oh, I could have attacked with the Mutavault. Yeah, that would have been a good line. I should have attacked with the Mutavault there himself. It's a good suggestion. Thank you for that. I played a ton of Dungeons & Dragons during college. I remember people just being livid about 4th edition existing. Everyone was like, no, why? Stop it. All right, so I know they have Spell Snare and Remands in their hand. So how do I want to sequence here? I think I want to just dispel this. Oh, I just slam this Mistbind Clique, right? I like slam this Clique and then dispel their Remand. Yeah, that's the line. So Mistbind Clique, for those that weren't playing during Lorwyn, this card is the mechanic called Champion of Fairy. So in order for this card to come into play, it has to remove another fairy I control from the game. And then when my Mistbind Clique eventually leaves, I get back that other fairy. So this gives me an opportunity to dispel this Remand here. They are still going to get to draw a card off this Electrolyze, but I'm going to get a 4/4 into play, which is pretty good. And if my opponent like wants to play a Jace and bounce my Mistbind Clique, tap all lands. So the trigger here to tap their lands doesn't do anything, but that's fine. And if they bounce my Mistbind Clique with Jace, I'm going to have a Pestermite plus a Mutavault to pressure their Jace down here. They do get a chance to play something scary potentially here, but I don't think they likely have anything that scary they could deploy. Well, that's an okay draw. Really would like a 6th land here at some point, but we're definitely in an advantageous spot as far as this current game is concerned. You need like Bolt Snap Bolt here. My opponent targeted myself with the Electrolyze. Electrolyze gets to split the damage. So Electrolyze still resolved because I was a legal target for their spell. Click. Yeah, this is fine, right? I'm still gonna have 2 counter spells after they do this. And we know they have Spell Snare. And they clicked us into a Spellstutter Sprite. Baby. Baby. That's just, it's so tasty, chat. It's so tasty. Damn it! Damn it! I was so excited. They drew the second spell snare. That's unfortunate. Bolt is lethal. Bolt is lethal. Vendilion Clique. Doot, 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 doot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to attack with this. We're on 0 cryptics, actually. They cannot block fast enough there. I could have, like, diddled down their Vendilion Clique here, but I think I'm okay with this trade overall. So my Pestermite's going to come back in here. I'm going to go ahead and untap this. And I'm going to go ahead and cast a Pestermite in response here. So this Pestermite's going to effectively cost me 1 mana. The way this ends up working out. So I've got 2 2/1s. I can pass the turn here. I finished in the top 1,000 in Milwaukee. So we know their hand has Jace the Mind Sculptor and then 3 cards in it now. Oh, they actually discarded Jace earlier. I'm a liar. We don't know any of the cards in their hand. I don't know any of the cards in their hand. Maybe I know about a Remand. So I'm going to remand my Negate here. They have another counterspell. We come out kind of on the losing end of this. Looks like they do. It's a logic knot. Alright, so my Pestermite's going to die. Bolt, please. Electrolyze is a good draw. Yeah, I'm just going to offer this trade, I think. I guess this means I can't snap back Electrolyze, but I think this is fine. And by offer this trade, I mean force the trade because they die. It's been a sweet game. A lot of back and forth. Some tight lines. There is Jace, the Mind Sculptor. Sculptor of Minds. I'm gonna upkeep. Nah, I'm just gonna play this Pestermite now, actually. Just in case they have a Cryptic Command as their last card. I'm gonna undiddle this land here. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. They are dead to snap Electrolyze, but I drew the land off the op, so I couldn't just snap Electrolyze that turn. Brainstorm here. Hopefully with this Remand, we're going to be able to push through lethal here. Winning the game via nickels and dimes is the best way to play Magic. Alright, so our opponent should be dead here. We get to remand this Lightning Bolt, and then they need 2 counterspells in their hand. Because they're going to need to be able to beat the remand, plus be able to beat Snapcaster Electrolyze. So hopefully they're dead here. I guess they could have 2 counterspells in their hand, right? So if they have another counterspell in their hand, we do not get to kill them here. But if they don't have another counterspell, we do just get to end them. Finish him! Yes! Sweet. Sweet grind. Alright, let's get another third sweet one like that. I don't think I want to change anything here. Is Izzet Staticaster good enough? Is Izzet Staticaster good enough? Probably not. It's probably too clunky. I guess they have clicks of their own too. They have Click, Snap, and Pia. Kiki's like never comboing in this matchup, right? What do we want? How do we feel? 1 Staticaster versus 1 Kiki-Jiki. I feel like it's pretty close. I could see this going either way. Oh, I lied earlier. Someone asked how many Cryptic Commands we had, and I said 0. We actually have 2. Is trimming a Cryptic Command nuts? I'm gonna trim a Cryptic Command, actually. It's kind of clunky and expensive. And like, you saw how those games really came down to mana efficiency? I'm gonna cut a Cryptic Command. I'm gonna cut a Cryptic Command. And I have a bunch of 3.5 edition books in my garage that I haven't opened in a decade. It was the last time I played D&D. I remember my playgroup being very livid about 4th edition. I think I actually have 4th edition books too, the core set ones. Did anybody in chat ever play World of Darkness? I played that very briefly with a group, and I really liked the mechanic system that they used. The world setting being modern era was, I don't know, I could take it or leave that, but I liked the actual mechanics of the system. Yeah, World of Darkness had the D10 system. The D10 system was really elegant, I thought. I never even played enough World of Darkness to know that there's editions of World of Darkness, but I guess it makes sense that there are editions. It's gonna be an end-step click. I would love an end-step click here. Yeah. Yeah, just give him the old buck nasty here. End-step click. Zap it up. Zap, zap, zap it up. Zap, zap, zap it up. If they take my Jace and then untap and slam their own Jace here, I'm going to be really sad. But if they don't have land their own Jace, we're in an okay spot here. Sweet. All right, no Jace is great for us. No Jace means tapping out is scary when they have a mostly game-ending threat like Jace in their deck, but feeling pretty good now that they missed here. Yes, the breeding pool is for Engineered Explosives in the sideboard as well as Ancient Grudge. I think I want to just play this. What a bunch of nerds talking about Dungeons and Dragons. Can we get back to the Magic the Gathering that's going on stream? If I had glasses, I'd push them up there. That's what I was doing. I wonder if I was supposed to play the Vendilion Clique at sorcery speed on my turn. I think maybe I was. God, that's really bad for us. Alright, they have a Dispel here. So I'm going to push the Dispel so we can snap Electrolyze these tokens down next turn, and then maybe I can win in the air. So hopefully they didn't draw a Snare or another Dispel here. Does anyone remember what was in their hand? I forgot to take a picture. It was like Cryptic Command, Remand, and some other stuff, right? Was it Cryptic Command, Remand, Land? I think it was Cryptic Remand, Land. That's an excellent draw. $10 years, that's a long time. Mine and Christie's 5th anniversary is coming up later this month. Karanos, holy dicks. That's some old blue-red mirror tech. It's old as new, I suppose. Man, are we dead? I think we're dead, chat. Why couldn't they have just played a shitty card like Jace the Mind Sculptor? They had to play a good card like Karanos? Why'd they have to play a good card like this? It only seems like 100. What's going on, Anoronics? Still got a few more hours left here. Need our sign of Una, right? Think we're gonna end up coming up a little bit short here against Karanos. Alright, that's a Pestermite. We can make it so Karanos can't attack us. Good stuff, good stuff. If they brick on... If they hit a land again next turn, we might be okay here. We unfortunately know that they have a Cryptic Command in their hand, so... Which they're just using to fog. Okay. Yes, that is fine. Okay, that's another land. I'm gonna Pestermite here. Oh, are we gonna win this? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. That one. Diddle that one. Yes. Don't anger of the gods me, bro. Don't electrolyze me. I can taste it, chat. There's blood in the water. There's blood in the water. We're coming for her. The fairies are hungry. They're hungry, chat. The fairies are hungry and we're coming for them. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're putting them to 2. Come on, please be dead. Please be dead. I'm gonna get him. We're gonna get him. You just upset my dogs with that growl. The only thing I am on right now are these delicious Hy-Vee brand all natural almonds. Their natural taste is very good. Pestermite, baby. Baby. Are we doing it? Are we doing it? They're either on too much or not enough. That's a Cryptic Command. Alright, so... I'm gonna cast this Pestermite in response to this, because I know they have a Cryptic Command in their hand. And this way, if they go to Cryptic my Pestermite, I can Spellstutter their Cryptic. Alrighty. All right, that's fine. That's fine. All right, chat, are we ready? Are we ready? This has been a tight set of games. Been very, very good back and forth. This reminds me of when Twin was legal. My picks for my favorite creature combo decks in Modern right now are the Teamer Kiki deck that I played fairly recently, as well as the Angel Chord decklist that we played pretty recently as well. I do have a P.O. box that people can mail me at. So what we're going to let happen here is we're going to let this resolve. And now before we declare attackers, we're going to play this Pestermite and undiddle our other Pestermite and then attack for lethal with it. So undiddle this. I think it was, we actually called it Abzan Evolution. Opponent say GG's in chat. GG's opponent. Or not. Tight set. Hey, look. This shitty unplayable card showed up at the end for us. I would, in fact, like to undiddle my Pestermite. Yes. Hey, diddle diddle. Gonna get the fiddle. That was a heck of a first match. These blue-red mirrors are always such fun. No, not Little Kid Abzan. Little Kid Abzan was really bad. Abzan Evolution. Thank you to everyone that's hanging out here tonight. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer, a full-time meme, full-time Magic player. I'm here on Twitch 30 to 40 hours a week. If you are enjoying what you see and you want to help me continue to do this, please consider subscribing on Twitch. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. If you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, that gets you Twitch Prime for free at no additional cost. And your Twitch Prime lets you subscribe to a Twitch streamer of your choice every single month. It still supports their content the same. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's included with your Prime. You can also support my stuff by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepad binders, and bags with them. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anaronics and you. Anaronics likes to remind you to hit that follow button at the very least. It doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. I always try and put the names of whatever decks we're playing on a given day in my stream title, so that way when I go live, you can know if it's something you want to try and make it live to, or if you can't make it live, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. 100% of my streams get archived there, and I break them up by deck or by matchup so you can watch just the stuff that you care about. Welding jar. All right, could be a scary prison, could be Affinity. Smells like Affinity. This matchup's probably not terrible for us. It's probably not amazing, but this hand's not. Oh, well, now the hand got better. Now the hand just got a lot better. So what do I want to do here? I think it's basic Mountain Pass. I see we're pre-boarded for Modern and put Jace on the board, right? So Steel Overseer is going to get regenerated by this welding jar here, almost certainly. And we're probably going to Vapor Snag it, so they can't activate it next turn. Whoa, they just let it die. Well, that's really good for us. Steel in. Mistbind Clique. Okay. Four power flyers are very good in this matchup. Arcbound Ravager. Yeah, I'm just going to use my mana here and send this back to their hand. Like, remanding something that costs more than 2 is pretty rare. Oh, we also have Mutavault to block Etch Champions. That's pretty great. I think I'm just going to play Pestermite here. I'm just gonna like draw step or combat step diddle one of their things. I'm not sure what we're doing after this. Not 100% what we're doing after this. We were gonna play Jeskai Control tonight, but that deck list, what's the word I'm searching for? They were out of cards and MTGO triggers for one of the cards in the deck, so might play something else as a fourth. There is a breeding pool in the list for the 2 copies of Engineered Explosives in our sideboard. Oh, as well as 2 copies of Ancient Grudge. This matchup is probably not bad. You just send in a donation or cheer some bits, and then you mention with that you want to put that donation towards moving the prison deck up the donation queue. Anyone can always donate any amount or cheer any amount towards putting a deck that's already in the queue up there. We've been going for almost 4 hours here. Going for almost 4 hours. Jeskai Control, we were short Spell Quellers, Apprentice. Huh. So do I just want to Mistbind them this turn? I think I just want to Mistbind them this turn, right? I'm going to go ahead and attack with this, I think. And then I'll upkeep, just diddle them out. I guess they have Galvanic Blast as their last card. I'll be pretty sad. But if they don't have Galvanic Blast as their last card, this is really good for us. Oh yeah, it's four Quellers, Apprentice. Sweet. No, what's it called? No Galv Blast there. In the next turn, we can run the block plus a Vapor Snag, which would be nice. That's kind of terrifying. Prison, please. Thank you for the bits, folks. If we don't get to prison today, we will definitely play it again tomorrow. 10 out of 10, we'll definitely play it again tomorrow. Well, that was a good draw. So let's go ahead and go Electrolyze 1-1 here. This time they're saving the Steel Overseer. That makes sense. I assume they're going to sack this to put a counter on here. Using the Vapor Snag proactively on the Steel Overseer kind of sucks, but I think I'm in a place where I need to do that. Spellstutter Sprite's really good in this league. So I guess now the question is, do I want to run the risk? I could wait to Vapor Snag the Steel Overseer, because then I could Spellstutter Sprite it on the way back down is kind of appealing. I'm going to go ahead and opt here and dig for a Bolt potentially, or Burst Lightning to kill this. We do have a bunch of those. Thank you for the $5 donation. I do appreciate that. Yeah, Bionic Broccoli, that would be a fine list to redonate for. So, Snapcaster here is actually reasonable, right? Because it allows me to Vapor Snag the Steel Overseer now and then, like, Snap Electrolyze it next turn. Yeah, I think that's the line. I'm going to keep this for the Shadowborn meme deck. Thank you for the bits, Baxter. We will definitely be playing Shadowborn tomorrow as well. Remember, Monday through Wednesday are all long streams. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fetch a basic island here. And I'm going to go ahead and Vapor Snag this. This does feel a little bit bad that I'm fetching an island if I draw a Kiki-Jiki, but, like, at the same time, I really don't want to fetch shock there. Fandango, the 5-0 was real till Welding Jar ruined it. Towards prison, please. Thank you for the bits. We'll definitely be playing prison and Shadowborn memes tomorrow. Do y'all not realize how Opt works? You draw the card with Opt right away, chat. Sometimes I read Twitch chat and I wonder, yeah. It's like, chat. So if we just take 3 here, we're gonna be in a pretty good spot. This deck is really sweet. And by that I mean I'm biased because I have an unnatural love for Spellstutter Sprite, but this deck is gas. Gasoline. Alright, so we're gonna snap Electrolyze this Overseer and then 1 to their face. Do this. I had a nightmare about Welding Jar. Thought I heard some kind of random sound coming out of my headphones, but apparently I was wrong. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I double block this, they could sacrifice their entire board to it, which I think I'm okay with, right? Awesome, Apprentice. Then, do I have you on my Moto buddy list already, Apprentice? Yeah, I think I'm just going to double up on the Arcbound Ravager here. Because if they want to bin their entire board here, I'm fine with that. Can you whisper me your MTGO name so I can add you? My MTGO is set up so... Oh, they drew Galv Blast. Gross. Okay. This was not ideal, but it's still not terrible for us. It's untap. This, I guess, doesn't really matter. They're out of cards. All right, can we just tempo them? I think we can just tempo them out of this game, right? Another Snapcaster Mage or Vapor Snag would be awesome here. Probably game winning. That's ask and you shall receive, eh, chat? Ask and you shall receive. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with this. MTGO Trader is out of stock on Spellquellers, so we weren't able to play the Jeskai list. So by getting Spellquellers after this league, we can close out the night with Jeskai control like we were planning to originally today. So I'm going to upkeep Mistbind Clique their lands here again. I guess I could have activated my Mutavault here and then kept my Pestermite around. Maybe that was a little bit better. Ink Moth is annoying. So I want to encourage my opponent to move the Arcbound Ravager counters to something else because I have Snap Vapor Snag to blow them out. I think arguing about tiers in Modern is total horseshit. We don't have any objective data talking about showing us like objectively which decks are which tier. So it's just like this giant pointless pissing contest about which deck is tier 1 and which deck isn't. I own 4 Birds of Paradise, a Court of Calling, a Restoration Angel, a Kiki-Jiki, and then a bunch of bulk. And that is my paper collection. What's wrong with pissing contests? I mean, if you have a bunch of time, pissing contests are great. Wait. Are they going to lose their Glimmer Void here? They're going to lose their Glimmer Void, right? Unless they're making this a 7/7? No, I've actually signed and sold most of those anticipates. Well, this is just going to be great for us, right? I do own some Boomerangs. Actually, that reminds me, Wannabe Beetle. I need to set up, I think we're going to do a long stream on the Dominaria pre-release weekend, and I think we're going to give away the pieces of Owling Mine that I bought. I have 8 Boomerangs, and man, is this going to be a concession Snapcaster? This feels like a concession Snapcaster, huh, chat? Feels like a concession Snapcaster. Pick it up. Yeah, concession Snapcaster. All right, so this, Mana Leaks and Remands out. Probably Cryptic out. I probably don't need Kiki-Jiki in this matchup, huh? Do I want a Dismember? That's probably aggressive against their... Hey, Bionic Broccoli with the $15 donation. Hoping to get your 12 points of damage off a company this time. Thank you very much. Broccoli, can you message me on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord with the deck list? I don't have it linked still, I don't think. No, streaming physical Magic cards is 4 times as much work as streaming Magic Online, and it's half as popular. So it's like more work for something that's less popular, so it just doesn't make sense to do. Pretty easy mulligan here. Pretty easy mulligan. Seems like not super exciting, but it's fine. I'm gonna bottom a land tier. We have plenty of lands in our deck. Let's find some more action here. Nothing to see here. Nope, no bolts over on this side of the table. Certainly not. So I'm going to take this hit for 1 here, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and bolt this Arcbound Ravager before it gets out of control. I don't even think that's true, Sir Goldmane. I think even the high-quality paper streams are worse content than Magic Online. It's my sub-birthday. Let's have some Kiki Cake, Misty Silicon, with the 12-month free subscription. Thank you very much, and welcome back. I really do appreciate that. As always, subscription is the best way you can keep me going here. So thanks for sending your Twitch Prime this way for an entire year. Wow, are we putting 4 counters on this thing? Yes, that resolves. Vapor Snag, please. Vapor Snag, please. So unlucky. That's pretty bold after they got Vapor Snagged out of the first game. That's pretty bold. Yellow Hat with the host. Thank you very much, Nassif. Welcome to folks coming over from Nassif's channel. We're hanging out playing some Blue-Red Fairies. We're currently 1-0 in this league, and we're up a game in the second match. It's very difficult to have the board state be very clear and represented to players that are watching the stream. It's very difficult to consistently relay what cards are in both players' hands on either side of the stream. I think even watching something with as much production quality as literally the Pro Tour is harder to follow than some random Joe's Magic Online stream. We're just gonna diddle this turn when they enter combat. Been tanning for like 2 hours. Let's sit down for a little bit. My legs are tired, chat. Yeah, it's definitely a different kind of content, right? But like, before I got back into Magic Online, I genuinely tried to just try and ramp up the paper streams, and like the number of people that are whenever we talk about paper streams, always people are like, oh man, I really like those. But when push comes to shove, most people don't actually want to watch them. Like the people that aren't interested in paper streams, they're not vocal about it. They just go watch something else. Wall-mounted TV and 2 monitors for my desk run. Are your monitors wall-mounted too? Depends on how difficult your wall mounts are. Like my monitors are all on the desk and that goes up and down with it. I mean, Gregor, this isn't a high-level Magic event that people care about either. So like, that's like, you know, it's like saying, well, it's not... I feel like that statement's just really stupid. That's rude, but like, is this high-level Magic content? This is arguably worse quality games of Magic than like the paper Magic stream. Huh. That doesn't really help just yet. I think I'm like clicking myself here, right? I think I'm clicking myself. Just like this Mistbind's not doing a whole lot in my hand. I really need to dig towards a Vapor Snag. I mean, to be fair, Gregor, saying people are willing to endure it for high-level events, paper Magic tournaments don't exactly have good viewer counts. There's a reason why they're talking about Arena being the future of Magic coverage. Did they go for lethal here? No, but they probably want to put me on a 2-turn clock. This is like super aggressive. No, I like the prison deck we played last night a lot, Hit Crab. It was a lot of fun. Sorry, Jim, you're taking a timeout. Anyone that thinks Arena in its current form is the end finished product of Arena is an idiot and doesn't understand how software works. Like, if you don't understand what beta software means, especially closed beta, like everything is very much subject to change in relation to Arena. You could say, I don't care for Arena as it currently is. That's a fair assessment. You could say, I don't care for a current specific feature that it has, or I don't like that it doesn't have a particular format that I like. Like those are fair assessments and accurate assessments, but just saying it's garbage and can never change, that's unrealistic and rude. Like take a step back and get some perspective. I agree with that assessment, Coder Chris. 10 out of 10. God, what am I supposed to do here? What are we supposed to do here? I think we're dead. I think this Edge champion just kills us because of this Arcbound Ravager. Because like this Arcbound Ravager gets to move counters onto this Edge champion. Yeah, I don't think we have outs. Why did I let the champ resolve? Because I'm an idiot. Because I was talking to chat and complaining and timing people out. I didn't make the good play because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, we just like slam dunk this game if I'm paying attention. Alright, sorry. That was on me. The deck definitely could have won that game. 10 out of 10. Should have sprited the thing. The dunce cap's on a number 10 because it's a 10-minute timeout. Ancient Grudge in opener, check. I don't have a stomping ground in my deck, so I can't fetch for that to get both sides. This is probably just getting steam vents. It's a pretty good start. And I'm sure we'll lose this game in a way that I can't recover from because I punted that first game. That's how variance tends to work for me. It's a pretty good draw. Do I want to just clear their Opal and their Ornithopter? Is that too aggressive? What do we think of that? Can I just slide this out on 0 and blast it? Yeah, I think I like it. I think I like this. Just like slow him down, because we're like super favored in a long game, especially with this Ancient Grudge, right? So I think just like taking them down a speed is like worthwhile here. No, I read on Reddit that having chat's an unfair advantage. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this now, so that way my opponent can't have something like Spell Pierce. Yeah, I agree. Minimally viable product. I think it's gonna usher in a new era of Magic design. And I don't think that's a bad thing, strictly. Alright, pass the turn here. I mean, whether or not Spell Pierce is a mistake or not out of the Affinity sideboard is, like, debatable. But, like, the fact that it's a card that they regularly play is factual. So, like, that's what I'd like to focus on. Hopefully they don't have Galv Blast here. If they have Galv Blast, they can blast the Sprite in response, and this Thoughtseize gets to resolve. Now this Sprite gets to hold Signal Pest at bay, which is great. So I can just stay home. Sprite is just like the purest of 2-for-1s in this matchup. You just get to counter a spell and then gobble up a creature inside of combat generally. I think we're actually getting into a position where I want to click myself. Just to like try and propel myself into land drops here. Probably bottoming a Pestermite at this point since I don't have Kiki-Jiki in my deck right now to combo with it anyways. Yep, that's a nice champion. It's really unfortunate that I haven't hit a green mana, so I can't kill this with Ancient Grudge. Really wish I had Stomping Ground in the mana base. How do we feel about electrolyzing this for 2 in response? I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I think I want to electrolyze this for 2. If they want to sacrifice both of these to save this, I'm okay with that. If they want to sacrifice this, then they can't put counters on this. Yeah, kind of. That card's not that much better than Burst Lightning. Wait. They just let that resolve? All right, so they gave us an extra card. They could, and then they missed the point of damage in combat. Sure. Sure. All right, well, I think we can just tempo them out of this game now. I mean, Fairies has been a tier 2 deck in Modern for a really long time, right? So... So do this, diddle your lands. Attack me for 2, sure. We're looking for Mutavaults, really. Excellent. Excellent. Just like we drew it up, chat. Just like we drew it up. Brawl is a rotating format. Brawl is a 60-card commander format with standard legal cards. This deck feels really sweet. Plays Magic that I enjoy playing. I don't like that this deck can cast Kiki-Jiki. It just doesn't feel right, right? Come on. Come on. So... I'm just gonna do this. Untap this. And then I'm gonna play this other Pestermite and tap down their Glimmer Void, and I'm just gonna trade with both of their things instead of combat here. I just want to eat both their things here. I'm just going to go ahead and draw step this Clique since I don't have anything else going on here. Mutavault checks Etch Champion nicely. Without the constant threat of 10-minute timeout. It's going on, Persip. Welcome. Why not untap my 4/4? Because I wasn't thinking about it. Oh, we can Grudge Etch Champion. That's really funny. Huh. Oh, if I would have Grudge Etch Champion, they would have lost this too. No, they have Darksteel Citadel. I'm a liar. Whip Flare I'm actually okay with, right? I think I'm okay with Whip Flare. I think I'm just going to push this. I guess I could also just leave them. I could push this and then Grudge this, then this checks this, and I have them dead and 2 in the air. They have Inkmoth Nexus, though. Yeah, I'm just going to push their champion. I'm going to flashback Grudge on this other Etch Champion here. Etch Champion is just like one of their cards that can steal a game on occasion, so I think I want to deal with that. It's like guaranteed get that out of the way. It also lets me like start attacking with my Mutavault, which is ideal. How is it different to real Magic? How is it different from real Magic in any way that Magic Online isn't different from real Magic? Can you articulate yourself? What is Arena doing that makes it not real Magic compared to what Magic Online does? Spellstutter Sprite is an Aces draw here. Have I mentioned how much I love Spellstutter Sprite, chat? By some of the game modes, you mean exactly best of one? Exactly best of one? Okay, so you could, it's not completely different. You can collect cards in Magic Online and in Paper Magic the same way you collect cards in Arena. I think it is unfair and unrealistic to say you don't like the current card acquisition system in Arena because we don't know how much it's going to cost to buy into it. They haven't unveiled the real money card market. Like, for all we know, it could cost us a total of $100 a set to 4x the set. That's... I'm aware what the best of one format does, though, but that's one format. Saying you don't like Arena because the best of one format mulligans differently is like me saying I don't like all of Paper Magic because I don't like Commander. So me not liking one specific feature or one specific format doesn't invalidate the rest of the product. I mean, there's decks that are unplayable in Magic Online too, and there's decks that are more playable in Magic Online than they are in Paper. Correct. It's not going to stay best of one. There's going to be a best of one option for fast games because some people like just playing lots of fast games. It's one of the reasons why Hearthstone is so popular. So having a fast game mode with reduced opening hand variance because it's best of one is an improvement. Yeah, at least when Declan acts like Twitch chat, his excuse is he's 2. A deck like Jeskai Ascendancy, the way it tracks everything for you on Magic Online is much more functional, easier to keep track of than in Paper. In my defense, I am also 2. I'm gonna bottom a Remand against turn 1 Aether Vial. Probably humans. We might be able to just twin them. JMP, I'm playing Jeskai next tonight. I plan to play Prison again tomorrow. I'm going to play the Prison deck again tomorrow. I already had someone loan me Spellcolors to play Jeskai next. And I posted this morning that we were playing Jeskai next. I'm also not sure traders get Teleria West in yet. I should probably just go buy Teleria West if we're going to be. Also, like, while I do... Yeah, they have a bunch of Teleria West in stock. Yeah, they must be slow on restocking things randomly. It's like they have 20 Teleria West in stock right now. This is really unfortunate. Would like some lands, please. So long lightning bolt. Yes, I agree. I'm actually looking forward. I think Magic is ripe for a new non-rotating format. Modern has a pretty big card pool, and Modern's pushing into the point where, you know, there's a lot of cards that have rotated out of Standard that will never be playable enough to see, that will never be powerful enough to see play in Modern. So I actually really like the idea of Modern getting a new, or Magic getting a new non-rotating format. I am a big fan of the idea of a new non-rotating format being introduced to Magic in general. This board's set up pretty reasonably. I get to cut all 6 of my counterspells and bring in 6 cards here against the humans deck. Seems fine for us. Is Modern almost as big as Legacy when they made Modern? It is, right? Because Modern was created like 15 years, no, Modern's like 10 years old, right? So maybe not quite as large. And remember, the big difference between Frontier and a new non-rotating format that Magic would establish is that it would have official support. Anything that has official support will automatically be more successful than Frontier was. Frontier was a bunch of Japanese stores clearing out their backlog of standard rotated cards that weren't modern playable. For you're wondering why you were timed out there, Erski Lurg, like, again, people that are complaining about the current economy model in Arena, you're unrealistic and silly. The economy model in Arena, one, hasn't even been finalized. They're in closed beta. We have no idea how much money it costs to get Magic cards. We don't. Unless you have some kind of hidden information that hasn't been shared yet. Eureka Tell JMP. Thank you very much. Can you DM me a list or email me a list of Eureka Tell you want to see? So I can link that in there. Pretty easy fetch here. We have a lot of removal. If we run some lands off and a Pestermite, maybe a Cascade Bluffs, we could be in an okay spot here. We'll see what their follow-up is here. I think sprites are okay. Sprites are chump blockers. They also aren't always going to have Cavern of Souls or Vials, so sometimes you'll catch things. I don't think that's true at all. Like, Modern thrives as, in fact, we have examples, like a working example of that not being true. Legacy, even with the reserve list strangling it, is popular. Even with the reserve list strangling Legacy, Legacy continues to exist alongside Modern. Can you message it to me in private, JMP, instead of putting it in a message in chat? It's just gonna get lost in chat. So email it to me or whisper me or message me on Twitter. Yes. Yeah, I think they're going to draw a new line in the sand, and I think Arena is going to help them define where that line's going to be. A Confectious Sissel with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I know there's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now, and I appreciate you choosing to put your Amazon Prime towards my channel this month. What are my feelings about the reserve list? I hate everything related to Magic Finance. I hate everything related to making the game more difficult, to be less accessible to people that actually want to play the game. I think Magic is a game that people should enjoy playing and not a stock market that people should play. Hi, wife.
I told Declan he was too little to play my game. He said, "Oh, man."
What game were you playing?
I was just looking at the game I just got. But speaking of games, I tried to kickstart a game, and Kickstarter won't take my credit card, so I need you to fix it.
You need me to fix it?
Yeah, we don't have any credit cards that it will accept.
Oh, you poor thing.
Because it's in New Zealand dollars.
New Zealand dollars? Is that even a real dollar?
I need to kick my game, and I tried all the cards, and they don't work.
Oh, poor honey.
I promise there's money behind them.
Your life is so hard.
Can you call PayPal and tell them to let the card go through?
Can you tomorrow?
No, it has to be today.
Is the Kickstarter ending today?
No, it ended 7 days ago, and you have 7 days to update your payment.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And it won't take our debit card, and it won't actually take Discover, because Discover is just flat out not accepted for foreign currencies.
We could get in trouble here if they have a Thalia's Lieutenant off this Aether Vial. Like, I really want to electrolyze this in response. I'm just going to accept that we're going to die in a fire to a Thalia's Lieutenant.
Can you call people?
Just try and kill this. So we got ranch there. That was the worst possible outcome.
Maybe you got honey mustard.
Honey mustard.
Honey mustarded, not ranched. Blue cheesed? You got blue cheesed.
That actually worked out pretty well for us, right? So I can go ahead and opt here. Really don't want to Mistbind Clique. So I can Vapor Snag this and then Lightning Bolt this. I didn't bolt there to play around that because there was no guarantee that my opponent had this magic card. And the downside was that I just got to cycle instead of getting a free removal spell. So I think the risk to reward was fine there. I think a format without fetches sounds really exciting, just like a format without combos. You ordered dinner without me having to ask? You're the best wife ever.
It's free Pizza Tuesday.
It's free Pizza Tuesday. My wife cooked dinner, chat. Are you excited? I'm excited. Your wife's dilemma was the greatest first world problem I've ever heard.
Isn't it?
Look at she cooked. Look at isn't it great? She cooked. I don't think I have a plate down here, though.
Can you call, ask Matt or Andrew if we can use their credit
Can you
card?
message them?
What, do you want this?
Yes, I don't have a plate, though.
I don't know
Oh, you're
what
just
to
gonna
tell you.
you're
Eat
gonna
it out of the box.
You're gonna give me the whole box? Right on there, yeah. Put it right on that chair.
Free Pizza Tuesday. You get a whole pizza.
Free Pizza Tuesday. Hear that, chat? What's more American than that? You get a whole pizza. Look. I just need
some
to.
for the kids.
I just need to look at this is excellent, right? Look at this. Look at the size of this massive pizza.
And every 3 minutes, he said, "Mommy's pizza not ready. Mommy, pizza not ready."
What do they have here? Oh, geez, we're getting super punished here. So now I'm not going to be able to recast this Bolt because they're going to name Bolt here. That's really unfortunate for me. All right. Well, I'm going to blame my wife on this one. She distracted me.
What'd I do? You're dumb.
You're dumb. She's so supportive. All right. Start another one. Made some mistakes that match. Made some mistakes. And that's where the humans deck is very good. It really doesn't give you much room to recover from your mistakes. Almonds are a snack. They're not a meal. Almonds are like a midstream snack. This is dinner. Anything is a meal if you eat enough of it. That's fair. It's a good attitude to have. It is thin. This ain't to keep. I'm gonna keep this. So we're a little mana heavy, but this is a spell land, right? Like this does stuff. Ad nauseum. Amulet. Okay. Amulet. Alrighty. Pass back here. Never forget that Cryptic Command has a boomerang mode in this matchup. It's very good generally. We actually got a Giordano's here in town recently. It's great. It's gonna be an Azusa. Curious if they picked up the bounce land. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill this. I mean, Vapor Snag's not the worst. It has a text box at least. No, we actually lost the last match. Lost to weaponized variants. Burning Inquiry took my sweeper out of my hand and then we died in a blaze. Alright, what are we getting here? Cavern, yep. Cavern is such an obnoxious card. There aren't really decks that are good against Hollowed One. Hollowed One is only bad against itself. Sometimes it beats itself. I'm gonna put my noise gate on while I finish eating. Sorry about that. I didn't play Mutavault because I'm not attacking with Mutavault next turn, so I gain value by putting this Steam Vents into play tapped. We want to hear the chewing. Just gonna go ahead and pass here. We've drawn one spell this game, and it was that Vapor Snag. We played a 4 Wiltleaf Liege, 4 Loxodon Smiter deck the other day, and we died to Hollowed One. And we're dead. I guess we might be able to combo them here. I didn't save the snag for Titan because if Titan comes into play, we're probably losing the game anyways. The pizza is just cheese. I'm a vegetarian. And I can share it with the kids if I get just cheese. Really wanted to draw some combo pieces there. I guess this Clique's pretty good. We're 2-1. We took a loss to humans, but I also made a few mistakes. Hey, look, they only have one Primeval Titan. That's good for us. Sweet. God, and this doesn't reveal their hand. So annoying. Spellstutter Sprite's actually very good in this matchup because it can counter Summoner's packs. Yeah, Anger is definitely a card you could play if you wanted to hedge your deck like humans a little bit. Also covers things like Dredge. It does kill a lot of our creatures too, though, which is probably the reason why it's not played. Like, you have to remember, Anger is a symmetrical effect. An Arena will be able... See, I assume Vendilion Clique and Wall of Roots will work in Arena, because did they draw another Primeval Titan? Add this to Blue-Red Prison. 10 out of 10 JMP will do. Will do. Did your pact? Trigger. They have a Teleria West in their hand, though, right? Is the problem? Yeah. Well, sorry, what I was going to say is Clique and Wall of Roots will definitely work in Arena because they won't exist. They'll be coded right because they won't exist. I was going to get another Summoner's Pact. Which I assume they're going to play right now. I'm not dead yet, right? This is 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 5 mana here. Oh, I miscounted. God, we're so dead. Suppose we could draw a string of Snapcaster Mages and Cryptic Commands and Vapor Snags and tempo them out of this game. And by that, I mean they're getting Pact of Negation here. Unfortunate. Dispel and Negate counter their packs. We don't really have cards for this matchup in our sideboard. Yep. Bring in these two for their packs, and that's it, basically. I think fighting over Amulet is not where I want to be in life in this matchup. I think I'd rather just, like, counter their actual plays. We did Tree Folk already. This is a matchup. Really, you think so? You think the big mana combo deck is a matchup we want, Blood Moon? It's very insightful. So, I'm gonna go ahead and flash in Spellstutter Sprite here. It allows my next sprite to counter a 2-mana spell, which is nice. Yeah, usually I just work our way straight down the QJMP. We skipped over Jeskai only because my sponsor was out of cards. That sweet, sweet clock. Ain't that the truth? Get 'em. Yeah, Dampening Sphere will make this deck that our opponent's playing worse as well. That's really annoying. Mostly because it takes our clock off the table. As sad as our clock may be, this is what it is. This is what we have. Cavern of Souls is how you lose from this board state with our hand. That's Cavern of Souls. Yeah, Manatize Modern Legal. I made a couple sequencing mistakes against humans in the second game and ended up dying because of it. I don't know that we were guaranteed to win the game if we sequenced correctly, but I definitely didn't help myself with how I sequenced. This is a donation decklist, Ace. It's not even mine. And look, they have 4 demonic tutors for Cavern of Souls. Yes. Fair and interesting Magic the Gathering. Alright, I'll take a Cryptic Command, I guess. They paid me to do it. It's not a legal defense, sir. Vomit. They put a time. They attach Time Walk to a land. That's so unfair. That's so unfair. I guess we could tempo them out until we hit a combo here. I was gonna be like, we can never actually win a game, so why am I trying? But we could actually like Cryptic and snap Cryptic into a combo here and kill them. I've not JMP. All right, I mean, sure. Yeah, so remember, even though Remand doesn't actually put the card into their discard pile, Cavern of Souls does still protect from it because Remand is technically countering the spell. Yeah, unsubstantiate, because Magic is intuitive and easy to understand, unsubstantiate works against Cavern of Souls because it's fundamentally different. So this Titan's gonna resolve. I'm gonna snap Cryptic to bounce it again on my turn on their end step. And hopefully we can draw Pestermite into Kiki-Jiki and kill them here. Probably Jack. In general, I never say yes or no to a list without actually seeing the list. We've not played Jeskai yet. I had trouble finding some of the cards for it, which I have since located. We'll be playing Jeskai in the league after this one. I'll play one more league tonight before I wrap it up. Would I sell my house for enough Twitch donations? I mean, for enough Twitch donations, I could buy a nicer house, right? I mean, Arena's going to be identical to Paper Standard. Yes, we will cycle Remand this turn. 10 out of 10. So, even though Remand can't send this back to their hand, we do still get to draw a card. Well, that's half the combo. If we draw Pestermite next turn, we win. Yeah, sounds good, Apprentice. I'll be around most of the day tomorrow, too. So, just drop me a line and we'll work it out. I appreciate the loan. So those Slayers stronghold their Titan here, and then I'll get to Vapor Snag it back to their hand when they enter combat. Kiki lets you snag. He does, doesn't he? He does, doesn't he? Stop it. Well, if they double Titan, I might be able to mana leak the second one. Probably not. Probably not. All right, hopefully we just draw Pestermite and kill them here. That would be ideal. Just an Azusa. Fire Spout. Pestermite, please. Pestermite, please. Am I dead? I'm not dead, right? Because this plus this is only 16. What? With the 4-month tier 2 resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another Pact of Negation. They must, right? Pact of Negation is going to lock this game up. Oh, they're double striking it. Sure. but this only deals 16, right? And I'm at 18. So if I draw a Pestermite, we get to kill them. So I'm going to crack this Scalding Tarn, so not only does it thin a land out of my deck, but having the extra land also allows me to draw opt and opt into a Pestermite. An appropriate end. Fucking Magic Online, man. Ease move with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. There's a lot of excellent people on streaming on Twitch right now, so I appreciate you choosing to put your Amazon Prime money towards my channel this month. Thank you very much for that. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Always the next one, huh? Always the next one. So close. I didn't believe enough, right? Gotta focus your energy. Believe in the heart of the cards. I think this is a keep in the dark. Double Mistbind Clique kind of sucks, but the rest of the hand's pretty reasonable. Oath of Nissa. Could be Cobra Sahili, could be an old Valakut deck. I turned this into Owling Mine. Oath of Nissa, get Polluted Delta. Interesting. Interesting. And that one's a beat sometimes. He's dead, Jim. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I'm gonna Soul type brew, maybe like a Planeswalker deck. Watery Grave makes me think it's not a Sahili deck, but it could be. People play lots of weird things in Modern. Schwamp. Hey, diddle diddle. Cat and the fiddle. I'm not expecting a lot of removal out of my opponent, so I'm going to expose this Pestermite to an Abrupt Decay and jam this Mistbind Clique here. They have an Abrupt Decay here, or Ghost Quarter plus Fatal Push. I'll be pretty sad, but if this gets a stick, that's pretty good for us. We get like a pseudo time walk out of it. Ding. Trigger, target you. 4/4 body also closes the game out pretty quickly. Do I want to fire this up? I think I do. Like, 6ing them here with 5 points in hand is pretty good. Like, the one opportunity this has to, like, get past the Ghost Quarter here. Alright. I think I've eaten a sufficiently American amount of pizza. Turn my noise gate off here. What even is their deck? Well, my wife did take one of the corners off, or one of the sides off to take upstairs to give the kids, but I ate this and this and this. You know, it's a sufficiently American amount of pizza. Am I supposed to get aggressive here? Probably not. Sprite's a good draw. I think I just want to kill their Liliana, right? So she makes my Mistbind Clique smaller. Do they not cut pizza like that in other places? This is like how pizza is always cut. This is a thing. This is not abnormal for these parts. I guess I did have 5 points of burn there. That's fair. That's fair. I just feel like if they have counter spells or can interact with my stuff, that's the quickest way to run away with it. They're a loam deck? Alright, sure. Interesting. Finally got to watch the Owl stream VOD and just wanted to say, keep up the quality content. Gundog, thank you very much for the 5-month resub. Welcome back, I do appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way. Yeah, that's why. Larger pizzas like this, they're intended to not be an individual pizza. But I'm American, so it's gonna be an individual pizza tonight. The classic crack my fetch to be dead to the Mistbind Clique. I assume this is a fatal push. Any pizza, that's true. You just gotta believe in yourself. You just have to believe. If you believe enough in yourself, any pizza is a personal pizza. Alright, so relics are definitely coming in here. Seems like a Jace the Mind Sculptor matchup. What are we cutting? Oh no. Don't knock my pizza off the thing. Electrolyze seems pretty slow and clunky here. They showed us Jace, but I'm not sure how many other little creatures they have. Vapor Snag's probably not good. Maybe trim a Burst Lightning. Think the counter spells are fine. Maybe I'll trim a counter spell and leave a Burst Lightning in for reach / removal / pressuring their planeswalkers. Yeah, I think I like that. Maybe E is good here. I don't know. I don't really know what the opponent's doing. I think like less is... In general, when you're not quite sure what your opponent is doing and you're playing a fairly proactive deck, less is more when it comes to sideboarding. Island, Mutavault, Kiki-Jiki. Hand checks out. Yeah, we just got a Giordano's here in town, which is like pizza soup. It's so good. This big old fatty deep dish. Eat that with a fork and knife. It's not a Kiki deck if you could cast it, right? Nissa, Steward of the Elements. Let's send he back from whence he came. I think I want to upkeep Diddler Swamp here. I could like hold Sprite up to Sprite a 2-mana spell, but I think they're going to play a 3 or 4 mana spell here, so I'm just going to Diddle their Swamp, I think. So if they tap out for the Nissa, we just kill it with the Mutavault and the Pestermite, right? So that seems pretty bad for them. Are they casting it anyways? Collective Brutality, sure. Oh, geez. And then they get to brick. They get to brick on the Escalade here. They get to see my fatty Jace the Mind Sculptor that's going to come down and brainstorm them into the dirt. This is the type of matchup where Jace shines, chat. And the unplayable mid-range mirror, Jace is king. Jace is king of the unplayable mid-range mirror, chat. Oh, God, we can brainstorm the uncastable Kiki-Jiki away. Oh, no. I had to open my mouth, chat. I had to open my mouth. Brainstorm me away, huh? We'll see what Hogland thinks he can do. You can't get rid of the Kiki-Jiki. You can't get rid of the Kiki-Jiki. What a tilt. What a tilt. Okay. Because I'm going to have to redraw one of them anyways, and by hiding the Cryptic Command on top of my deck, I make it so my opponent can't play Collective Brutality and take my Cryptic Command away next turn. Let's brainstorm here, and now we'll put both Kikis back and then crack this stupid Misty Rainforest. This is a pretty obvious fatal push they're leaving up here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just ship one of these in here so I can protect it with Spellstutter Sprite. Go. You have your Planeswalker that was barely playable in Standard. I have my Planeswalker that was banned in Standard. You have Batter Skull, sure. Do you know what's really good against a Germ Token? Jace's -1. And everyone who answered Jace's -1 gets a cookie because you're correct. Your cookies need to be provided by you. Sorry, I'm not a cookie machine. Okay, this fucking goblin, chat, is just like, he's just like, no, Jeff, don't get rid of me. You love me, Jeff. Why do you keep trying to brainstorm me away, Jeff? I am love. Kiki is love. Kiki is life. Kiki's like, I don't want a new home, Jeff. You're the home I love. We're playing red and he's still uncastable. Oh no, not life from the loam. How will we ever keep up with this powerful card advantage? I hate your capitalist reward system. I just like windmill this Mistbind Clique. Yeah, fuck it. All right, Kiki-Jiki, you're going back from whence he came. Do I click myself? I think I'm clicking myself, right? 10 out of 10 clicking myself here. I technically drew the combo. We technically drew the combo here. I just can't lose if I just leave up infinite spells here, right? The world is our oyster. We'll get to 3-2 with this one, it looks like. Use my no button. If Jace finds a Cascade Bluffs next turn, we could combo them. And by that I mean with bolts and Mutavaults, they're dead, so the combo is Lightning Bolt and Mutavault. Sounds like the wailing and gnashing of teeth is currently occurring upstairs. Alright, thoughts on the blue-red Kiki-Jiki deck? This deck was gas. This deck plays Magic how I enjoy playing Magic. I definitely think it's something I'd be interested in playing again. I am not a huge fan of Dismember in the sideboard of this deck. I think, especially not two of them. I think the first Dismember might be okay, but I think if I wanted things to kill larger creatures, I would want to play copies of Roast or Harvest Pyre or Entrancing Melody, depending on which creatures I'm planning to play. But I think two Dismembers is just too much damage to our health on average in this deck. I think Ancient Grudge is kind of silly in this board. We beat Affinity. I guess we used Ancient Grudge in that matchup, but I think this deck has a pretty good Affinity matchup just because of like the sprites and like the spot removal that we have. So I feel like I don't really need Ancient Grudge to beat Affinity. And honestly, I felt like I was a little bit light on removal against humans. Like I would like more quality removal there. So like you could turn Ancient Grudge into a Braid. Yeah, I am just a huge fan of a Braid. I would not. Tron Dragon, obviously the board needs more surgicals. Thank you for the 19-month resubscription, Tron Dragon. I do appreciate that. I don't think you want to replace Dismember with a Braid because Dismember is kind of like your kill a big thing slot. So like Dismember kills Tarmogoyfs and it kills Thought-Knot Seers and Reality Smashers and bigger creatures and Gurmag Anglers. But I think turning Ancient Grudge into a Braid gives you another card that can come in against humans while also being a card that's like fine against Affinity too, right? Yeah, like I said, I say this a lot on stream when we're working with these red decks. If your deck is red and can't also make black mana to play Culligan's Command, you should probably have some number of Braids in it. A Braid is just a very, very good, flexible Magic card. All right, Jeskai Control. Let's wrap the night up with this one, shall we? One more leagued.